So I know I've done a ton of videos looking at the Eye of the Midnight Suns when it comes to their initial banner, looking at the builds, looking at team comps, looking at how the Eye of the Midnight Suns are going to affect global, right? When it comes to how good they will be on PvE as well as PvP. And realistically, we're now coming down to the final hours upon the banner being released, so I'm just going to get it out of the way, give my thoughts on whether or not you should summon. Now, we're going to start things off with the pay to wins, which I wasn't aware. So apparently there is going to be pay-to-win incentive for global. I mean, it kind of makes sense, of course. So yeah, this was kind of out of the blue. Wasn't expecting this, but there'll be a dual banner between the two, or four, but they'll be separated within two banners, of course. So there will be a paid step-up banner that guarantees you Lich's skill page, Lich, and 2 universal SSR dupe in 6,000 paid crystals, 5 multis, only once. Now I'm just going to say it straight and be like, that is amazing. You get the character, you get the skill page, you get 2 universal dupes, which means you can use those universal dupes on other characters, not just for the specific character that you're summoning for, being obviously Lich or Raya or whatever. And it's only 5 multis. So if you're pay to win, I'm just saying this is actually insane. Again, the key thing here is that it's these universal dupes that are going to be really helping you out in the long run for the broken characters, aka like Julius. But yeah, for the pay to win side of things, yeah, they are giving you guys one hell of a helping hand in getting the skill page character, and yeah, it's all within 5 multis. So pay to win wise, it really is pay to win. So there's not really much to say on that part. Now, overall, in general, of course, it is going to be the Lich and Raya banner that you realistically want to summon on. There's more value to be gained over that, of course. I mean, I've spoken about Veto, of course. Unfortunately, he's just one of the worst tanks in the game that has to offer. Fauna is falling in line with the blue meta, of course, AoE damage dealer, which is pretty nice. So that's kind of what we're looking at now. So overall, let's now look at it in a free-to-play perspective, because of course, if you pay to win, more than likely this is the banner you're going to be hitting up. And then if it comes to this banner, people are going to be feeding more into getting that Fauna to help out in the AoE damage means, of course. So if we head back to the banner itself, or the game itself, I have to come out and say, obviously I haven't been streaming and everything like that, you know, I've been struggling with time and whatnot, but I have not summoned at all. You got everyone else that I know who plays Black Clover have been summoning like an absolute madman, and I have still yet to summon. I've been saving all my currencies. The only time I bought crystals was to do the myth busting of the key. Outside of that, this is my team. Seke is my tank. Like, legit, this is what I've been using to progress. It's working. I'm getting through some of the tough stages. It's working. So yeah, I've been saving. So I've been kind of asking myself on whether or not if I want to summon on these banners. Now, obviously Lich, Raya, Fauna, Veto all release in a couple of hours time for global. They are going to be pickup banners. Keep in mind that these characters will be available in ongoing banners, so they'll be in the general pool with seasonal and other pickup banners to come, right? They'll be in the general pool, obviously right here with the regular SSR characters, of course. Now, if you're free to play, you might want to consider saving. Now, of course, I've made a ton of videos kind of informing you guys how the green attackers are going to be upcoming metas and whatnot. Now, the thing that you also need to take into consideration is that global is moving at a very fast pace. So season 1 is ending in 5 days, so the Eye of the Midnight Suns are going to be dropping today, well, in a couple of hours time. And then in 5 days time, season 1 will disappear. The season 1 characters will head over to, I believe, the standard summons, where their rates are going to be atrocious, and then either immediately or maybe a couple of days after, season 2 will begin. With the release of season 2, we'll introduce to you one of the broken character that changed the game completely, being Noelle. Now, the thing that we also found out is that it's not just Noelle, but with season 2 there'll be 3 seasonal characters. So you've got Noelle, you've got Gorsh, and as we found out on the Canada side, Charmy is also going to be in the mix, because obviously on the JP side of things it was Gorsh, Noelle, and Yuno, the swimsuit Yuno, but they've changed it now to where global will now get these 3 characters. Now, in all honesty, Noelle, of course, is going to be the character which everyone's going to be aiming for. Now, in a free-to-play manner, you can get Noelle for free, right? You don't need to realistically summon. You don't even need to get her dupes, including her Greymoor. I mean, the Greymoor itself isn't too crazy either, I will admit. So like, upon being attacked, has a 20 to 35% chance to grant a barrier equal to 5 to 10% of damage taken for 2 turns. And then the additional on her skill 2 is that she basically gives an ally, if an ally has a barrier, grants them HP recovery equal to 50% of magic attack. So that's pretty much the buffs that she applies from her Greymoor, which in all honesty Noelle doesn't really need, I will say. Just with her being no duped out and the damage that she can still produce, and if you put damage on as another Greymoor, that'll be more than enough, because her damage output is just ridiculous. So of course she's going to be the eye candy for Season 2, and so with that, either Midnight Sun characters are going to be basically put in pay, right? You won't see them as much, even though, as I aforementioned in the Rye video, and I think in the Lich video, that there is a bit of a nuking tactic that you can actually use with the boys and Noelle. If you guys want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. But Noelle really does set back the Eye of the Midnight Suns characters. That's why I say, with the Eye of the Midnight Suns characters dropping, it's a very bad timing, because Noelle completely shuts them down. Gorsh is just a support attacking booster, basically on par with like Sally when it comes to nuke supports, so there's that. But they are throwing Charmy into the mix. Now Charmy being a blue typing, she is also another good healer. Now if you have Mimosa, then realistically you might not want to concern yourself with Charmy. However, the blue meta the blue meta is going to be a thing, especially now with like obviously people trying to combat against Noelle. But Charmy, her continuous healing, in my opinion, is just one of the best that she has to offer, with the buff that she can apply to all your teammates. So yeah, for Season 2, it really is kind of stacked up to what is being applied. So you've got pretty much the character that changes the game completely. You've got an amazing healer that provides continuous healing over time, which is spot on. And then you've got even more support in the nuking strat when it comes to Gorsh, of course. So taking all of that into consideration, of course, it might be wise where there's more value to be gained in the Season 2 banner. I just quickly wanted to check the skill page for Gorsh. So at the start of every wave, has a 20 to 40% chance to grant damage over time immunity for 2 turns. If it does not work, grants poison immunity for 2 turns. And so with that, on his second skill, he removes damage over time status effect. And then with Charmy's, oh no, do I not have Charmy? Oh, there we go. Grants 10 to 25% reduced damage taken if HP is equal to 90% or higher. And then on her skill 2, grants all allies increased crit damage resistance level 3 for 2 turns. Okay, that's that. I kind of vibe with that. That's very nice to have. Okay, I mean for PvP that'd be beautiful, I will say. Okay, so yeah, okay, skill pages not too bad. I think I'll prefer Charmy's, to be honest, just to have that little support play. But overall, when it comes to should you summon if you're free to play, what's happening right now is that it is looking like a big skip for the Eye of the Midnight Suns, only because of how close Season 2 is. Now, if you're not really concerned with Charmy, you know, and you're happy with a Mimosa, and of course Gorsh, you know, you got Sally, you know, you're fine in that department, and you're realistically only aiming for Noelle, then you pretty much can do what I'm going to be doing, and that is I'm going to be getting my free Noelle. Again, she'll work just as fine without her Greymoor. She'll work just as fine without being not duped out. As long as you got that one copy, you are set in stone. And so that then leads into Season 3, because here's the thing, Season 1 was super quick. I think it was like 18 days or something like that, very quick. And so we don't know how long Season 2 is going to be, and if Season 2 is short, that means Season 3 is going to be coming in probably, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and if that is the case, Season 3 is the introduction for Julius. That is his gateway, because of course in Season 3 is when Julius made his way into the game, not as a seasonal character, but as like a pickup character, and so that's kind of like the next big game-changing character, I guess. So obviously in a free-to-play perspective, of course, you know, we've got to be very strategic on our premium currencies and what we summon with, of course, because right now I will admit, with me having all these currencies, as I'm grinding away, it has kind of slowed down with my currency grinding and whatnot, which I've seen. So we gotta be wary. So when it comes to Suju Shaman, I think the best route would be skip the Eye of the Midnight Suns, get Noelle for free. If you really want to get Charmy and whatnot, then of course you can always summon. I'm not going to say no, don't summon on the seasonal banners, because the seasonal banners do hold a lot of value. So, you know, there's that. And then after that, it will be realistically just head first focusing on Julius. That probably might be the case. But it really depends on how quick Season 2 will be over. If you really want to summon Eye of the Midnight Suns, if you're like really hell-bent of summoning on the Eye of the Midnight Suns, honestly, the characters to go for will be on the Lich and Raya banner, and I would honestly say Raya will be the better character out of the four to potentially get. Alright, as an green attacker, he just holds a ton of values in the PvE department, and for now, for the PvP department, he would actually be pretty nice to have. So if you are looking for that one Eye of the Midnight Suns character, Raya is going to be the man that you realistically want to shoot for over the other three. I know a lot of people are skipping out on the Eye of the Midnight Suns characters because of Noelle just completely countering the Eye of the Midnight Suns character. It's just like, how does that make sense? Like, you're trying to make money on Global, you drop 4 new characters, and you instantly drop the character that just completely, how should I say, like, counters them. There we go. It's a weird one, it's a funny one, but here we are. So that is kind of like how things are looking right now on, you know, should you summon.